Good time for dinner, so let's crank something out. This is just clear medium. I make it myself. There's a video on my channel explains how to do that. It's really easy, and it's a lot cheaper than buying it at the store. A lot cheaper. I've got something on this canvas. Well, that's all right. We'll paint over it anyway. It's really weird, though. What is that? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay. There's a nice little clear coat. Now, when you're using clear medium, you want to be sure you wipe some of it back. You can't really wipe it all off, so that's okay. But you might want to wipe it back just a little bit so it's not too... it looks like where I sat something on that while it was still wet, but that's okay. Doesn't matter for what we're going to paint, I don't think. All right. Let's take some... let's start with some Indian yellow. So we'll just put a little on the canvas there. We can put this back on the board. All right, let me flatten that paint. It's always good to flatten your paint when you're going to load your brush. It makes it a lot easier to load your brush. All right. Let's just kind of go about right here. This looks good. It's a black canvas, as you can see. It's got a coat of black gesso on it. Probably got a couple of coats, three coats probably. I'm certain. I have a couple that I had only two coats, but I'll spread this color out a little bit. I'll get some over here. I want to kind of like, we're going to add some more color to this in a minute, but here we go. Kind of like a little bit of dawn coming up in the sky. And we're going to add some more. I'm going to paint to this in a second. Like right now, we're going to. So let's go like right here. This will be the center of our thing here. Lightening this up just a little bit more. All right, I'm going to clean this brush. And all right, now I'm not going to take this same brush back up to the canvas just yet. I'm going to switch brushes. In case you're wondering, these are Kevin Hill brushes. I like his brushes pretty well. Let's add some clouds in here. Some little streamers. maybe like that. All right. So I want to add a little bit of shadow to those clouds. They're a little bright. I mean, I want them to be bright, but I don't want them to be that bright. How bright is too bright? I don't know, whatever you think it is, I guess. So let's just add like just something like that, just a little bit like that. A little bit of sienna, like that. All right. I still have no idea what I'm going to paint. Just like, oh, I painted a sky. What's next? I don't know. All right, let's figure that out. Let's see. Let's get some. Just stick to the 1-inch brush, I guess. Got another 1-inch brush now. It's the third one in play. This is sap green. The sap green's a little thick today because it's been sitting on the palette since yesterday, but that's okay. I'm going to use it anyway. Now, I'm going to push that way back in the distance, so I'm going to kind of raise some trees up on this. So I'm just kind of loading this brush kind of to a point. I'm just going to pull it up a little bit like that. And we'll put some highlights on here in a minute, and that'll spruce that up even more. But before I do that, we'll push this in here a little bit. Because I want to push that back, right? So first let's take a little bit of this bismuth yellow. Let's brighten this up. The sun coming up. And then let's just take some of that. Okay. Take another brush. And kind of pull this off. Make some reflections like that. Alright, that looks pretty good. Excuse me. Alright, get a baby wipe my finger off before I put it on my face. I'm also going to just lightly touch this. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, let's take that green. Now this green is just creating some background color for us. We're gonna use that to our advantage in a minute. But. All right. Okay. Now let's start adding some highlight. Now, I'm going to leave that brush loaded. I'm going to pick up another brush. I'm going to pick up some, let's see, what do we want? Let me look at this color. What did I do with it? Brand new paint. I haven't opened it yet, so. But now it's open. I'm not familiar with this color, so I just want to give it a spin. This color is called Cobalt Blue. In the 4 years I've been painting, I've never used that color. But I guess I found some paint on sale recently, someplace I was, and I decided to give it a spin. So let's pull it out on the palette and look at it. It's kind of nice looking. Let's add some of this in. Let's start adding this in. I'm going to add some more to that in a minute. But it's important that we add this where we're adding it, because it's going to change the color of this green in a minute. I don't want to put too much of a slant on this, so I don't know, it looks kind of nice. Then we're going to bring this blue down here too. We're going to put some shoreline stuff in there. It's a fairly nice consistency of paint, feels like. Won't know until I start painting over the top of it, but okay. Don't need any more of that, I don't think. Let's clean this brush, put it away. And let's add a couple little trees. So I need one of my smaller fan brushes. Pick up some sap green. And maybe some of this blue, a little bit of sienna. Let's try that. Could probably use a little more paint, but all right, let's put it in there. Just gonna throw a couple of these little fir trees up. Just a few. In the foreground, I put some other kind of trees. Maybe one like right along in here. Okay, now it's important that I put those in there because we're going to add a little bit more highlight into this field. So we'll put that in front of the trees. We're going to highlight these trees as well. All right. Maybe, I have an idea. put a tree right here. Yep. All right. Now, that also means, though, that we're going to need some shadow down here. All right, I'm not going to clean that brush because I'll probably use it again before I get done. And then I need a brush that I can just... All right. And I think I need a little bit more of this blue. So now, if these kind of back and forth kind of bug you, don't do it this way. Plan out your paintings. And I have a lot of paintings that I plan out. This just don't happen to be one of them. I have a lot that I don't, because I kind of like the spontaneity of just like sitting down and going, hey, and see what happens and see what unfolds, and then coming back and, figuring it out. Figure out what comes next as I go. I kind of like that. Let's put some water lines in here. All right. Now that we know where that is, let's start working on this rest of this land. I know you're thinking, Ben, you just painted that in right there. I did. And I know it's back there. And, on this side, though, I'm going to let some of that water show through. I kind of like that. On that side, over here, we're going to kind of make this all uneven. I don't want this to be even. End it like that. This is going to be a pain to put water lines on, probably, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. And then we can leave some water right there. Now, this water is okay, but it's a little dark. So let's add some. Now that we're going to put this blue and this yellow together, let's start seeing how that looks. Just turn the brush over. Remember, don't forget that your brush has two sides, and if you got a nice sharp edge on it, you can paint on both sides. So. Okay. So now I didn't paint the rest of this, but I'm just going to do it, bring the brush in to fill it out. I think I'll leave that like that. And I'll bring kind of some of this like, this maybe like, let's bring this around here. And then just kind of start like, bring it all the way across like that. Yeah. All right, good. We could stop there, but we're not going to. I'm going to add little bit more highlight, a little brighter highlight, like right on these edges. And especially like right along in here. Some more of this highlight. All right. Let's see. Let's pull some of this down. Reflections. Same here. And then let's kind of flip some of this up. And we can add some more details to it in a minute. But all right, let's clean that brush. So, kind of what I wanted to do was, you don't always have to paint back to front. I usually do, but you don't have to. So it's a good idea sometimes to just, change up your routine a little bit, try some things out, see how it goes. It's how you find your style. At least that's how I found mine. Maybe everybody finds their style in their own way. I don't know. I'm just giving you some hints. Take what you can use and let the rest go by. All right. I don't know if I want to add trees on here. Or let's put. I don't really like that. So let's redo this part. That's not good. Give me some of that. Alright. So I'm not happy with that. I'm okay with this stuff. I'm happy with that and most of that, but I'm not happy with this patch. So now you could do a couple of things. If you were me, you could just wipe it off and start over. You could just scrape it off and start over. I'm not going to do either one of those things. I'm just going to pick up some of this black and smear it in here like this and erase it. And then I'm going to come back with some of that blue. Where'd it go? I used it all up, so. It's a little bit more of this cobalt blue on a different brush, by the way. So let me clean this brush. Now, this cobalt blue is going to be a little bit darker than the other cobalt blue because I just put all that black on there, right? But it still will be in there. It will still be in there. All right, now let's add some. There we go. Okay. Now we can start adding some other things in. But let's clean these brushes first. Almost time for a new batch of paper towels. So let's get some sap green. I'm still getting used to where the paints go because the new board's so different than, got so many more spots for things than the last board. Okay. All right. Now we're going to leave that alone. Work on some trees. So I don't think I want, like, just a big tree trunk. So I'm going to just put some leaves, like branches coming out, like the trees are off to the side. That, maybe a couple of bushes, maybe, here on the side. So let's drop a few of those in. I think I need them darker than that. Yeah, that's better. And then maybe, like over here in the corners, maybe we'll push up some bushes. Just like that. All right, that's good. All right. Getting close to the end. Let's scratch a few branches here and there. All right, now we can put the last of the highlights in. So we're going to use a little bit of liquid white. Just a little. Oh, that's way too much. There we go. And it's going to use the same brush we've been using for this yellow. And now that I got paint all over my fingers, golly jeez. All right, here we go. All right. I think maybe this brush a little better than that. All right. I want to put a little bit of highlight on those trees. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I don't want them to be too bright. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this green and some of this yellow, maybe a tad bit of that. Let's try this. Let's try this. And then I think we'll start with a few water lines, and I think we'll call it enough. Put a few water lines in here with this. Let me get this brush clean. These little fan brushes are kind of nice. They're called Zems. Z-E-M. They're pretty affordable, and they don't wear out really all that fast. So there we go. I want that one to come in a little tighter, or spread out a little bit more. What I meant to say. I said the exact opposite of what I meant to say. All right. With that, I think we'll let her be done. We could fiddle with this for a while and do all sorts of things. You could add other little trees in the background, or put a little fish in there, maybe a little boat, something, but I think for today, I'm going to let it go. I kind of like it the way it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.